I just wanted to ask you, in very, simply, you don't have to go into, well, as many details as you want to. Kind of what was your situation looking like before we started working together? Where we started. What was your point A?
Point A was I was in pain and I tried a myriad of other sources and
Mm,
anything to try to fix it. And a lot of it kind of, well, a lot of medical professionals failed tremendously because they refuse to take your perspective of there's a root cause causing this pain, not just like, oh, this is just pain. Like the amount of people I had just stretch about it was insane.
mm,
And that obviously didn't help. Like it took the edge off, but it didn't help the core, the root cause of the issue. Um, and that's what I was constantly trying to find. I knew the
mm,
concept that I needed to do that, but I could not find the core cause or how to fix that core cause. Um, and I'm very knowledgeable myself, so I was trying to do it myself, and I felt like I did even take a good step forward. Like I was able to
yeah.
put myself back in the gym and I was able to lift weights and actually exercise again. And that was a huge step on itself. But even that, I felt like I still hit a plateau at a
Mm,
certain point because I still wasn't getting the actual root cause. I was getting around the root cause, I was getting
mm,
closer to it, but I still wasn't actually getting there.
mm,
And that's when I was like praying about it, and I felt like the Lord was telling me to like humble myself and reach out because I hate like if it's something I'm good at, I hate asking somebody to help me
yeah.
do the thing that I'm already good at. And so I was like, yeah, but I need to humble myself. And I did that with like a dietitian for my gut stuff. And I was going to do it with a health or a movement professional like yourself.
Mm,
Um, and then I felt like he just brought that to me through you. And, uh, and that's it. Cause obviously that little key that I was missing, the, really reaching the deep aspect of what was the problem in the first place, like you're hitting that, like
mm,
with the transverse abdominis, with the deep core, with the how you're training me, and basically the opposite way of the way I usually train.
mm.
It's the slow, concise, methodical, specific movement and holding and activation and breathing that I'm never doing myself. It was always just work this muscle really hard, really fast, and really powerful. And your training is pretty much the opposite. And I was always looking at like which muscle do I need to work, and yours is more like all of them in a specific way.
Mhm, mhm,
And that
mhm.
and it's already like we've only been doing it for like not even 2 months now, and I can already tell the difference and the help that it's already
Yeah.
like bringing. So
I love this. Honestly, beautifully said. And also what you mentioned about, being like a little bit humbled and asking for help, because I struggle with that myself as well, because like, oh, you the pro, you should know everything, right? So kind of going, asking someone else, like, can you actually help me with this, it's also a massive step, right? Would you agree that it's quite difficult, but probably key, even if you
that's probably,
think
yeah,
you know
the
everything?
big step.
Exactly, like what we spoke about, about these research papers and everything. Like the more you learn, the more you don't know, right? So it's probably always key to just um, seek help, and seek answers and more questions and everything. Because if you don't, like you're probably always going to be stuck, right?
Yep.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So would you say, because obviously we spoke about it a little bit in the beginning, but what impact everything that we've been doing, that methodology, training, and our calls and everything have had on your progress, or even how you feel today?
Outstanding. I can tell that there's the big difference already that what we're doing is having a lasting effect because I can already tell, like I've said, like with my just running form and
Mm-hmm.
just standing in general, like just I'll be cooking and I'll be more aware of my pelvis position. Or when I'm running, I'm engaging my core properly, which is aiding me in my form. So it's
Yeah.
like I can already tell it's bleeding over into the even aspects of life that aren't just my training. And I can tell in areas of my body that are getting worked that weren't getting worked before. And
Mm-hmm.
I could tell like because of that, like there's less pain and there's more movement and there's more proper form. Like everything just feels like it's coming together now. when
Hmm.
previously it was like, okay, I knew I'm technically doing this right, but it doesn't feel like anything's actually happening and changing other than this one muscle group is stronger, but nothing's changing. Now it
Hmm.
feels like everything's kind of like coming together better.
Yeah, yeah. Honestly, I can't wait to see what the future holds, you know, because we literally just, like you said, like we just started, right? And we're seeing, small but very important and big improvements already, like you just said, you know. And I actually remember, like, you weren't entirely sure when we started, right? I think we were at like 1 month trial or something, right? So can you tell me a little bit like what were your expectations and whether we exceeded them or not, you know?
Yeah, it was sketchy because like one, I've had so many professionals, medical
Mm,
professionals, just like not help at all. So I was like, I don't want to. It was a pretty big commitment up front that I didn't know that you weren't going to just be another one of those people that it was just going to be
mm,
like, hey, just here's your stretching regimen and like something that just doesn't work at all. And I'm like,
yeah,
wow, cool. This is the same stuff. So I
yeah,
was a little hesitant, and the fact that it was online. I've never done anything like this before. It was always in person. So like, are they just going to not show up? Like, and I'm
yeah,
like clicking on an email that doesn't even work. And I'm just like, well, this was a scam. Like,
yeah.
so it was really, I was hesitant at first. But like I said, I was praying about it a lot. And it was funny because it was the Lord that was like, no, yeah, do that. Use her. She's going to
Hmm.
be the one that helps you. And so I was like, okay, whatever. I pulled the trigger. And like it was good you met me halfway where you're like, okay, you don't have to do the whole thing at first. We could just do a 1 month trial. That alone was like, okay, cool. That means that they actually genuinely care to try to like, at least be like, see, like, we know that once you experience this, you'll want to keep going.
Yeah,
So that was cool that we could do that, the trial in the first place. So I could experience like that you're actually hands on and you're actually knowledgeable, you actually care.
yeah.
Um, that was cool. And so then once we started that whole process and the ball was rolling and I got to actually interact with you, I was like, okay, yeah, we're definitely going to continue
Hmm.
this because you check all the boxes.
Oh, I love it. Thank you so much, honestly. I think this is like the most important thing for me, you know, because I know how it is, you know, trusting online and you see someone like a random face online be like literally they can be scamming you, you know, and you're never gonna see them again. You just send them the money and that's it, right? But it's really important for me to obviously we don't tend to do these like trials whatsoever because I value my time, I value your time as well, so I need to always make sure that everyone that I work with is like fully 100% committed, right? Because otherwise you
Mhm.
probably know it from your own experience, like I am guiding you, right? I'm giving you some answers, some questions, and everything, but at the end of the day it's you doing the hard work, right? So I need to know that, okay, I am fully 100% in, but I need that also back. But I completely understand, I agree with you. It's kind of upsetting as well. That obviously now we live in a world where there's a lot of scammers and a lot of, unfortunately, you don't even know now if you're talking to a real person or AI, right? So definitely, I understand where you're coming from, but really happy to be working with you now. For more than a month now.
Yeah.
Woo! We made it. We made it. So um, maybe last question actually. Let me just go back to my little list, cheeky list. Yeah, actually, what would you say to someone who is maybe a little bit hesitant, like you were in the beginning, about going into this partnership with me? What would you tell them? Run.
Get as close as I can to the camera to make it intimidating. Do it.
And I'm
Just
sorry.
do it.
Thank you very much.
If I'm speaking to the person and not you, um, she's extremely knowledgeable in the practical sense. Um, Not just like, oh, I've memorized these facts from a book and I can recite them to you. She can actually explain why it's applicable and why it's beneficial and why it's going to help. And she's going to, and her process leads you down it to not, she's also not just going to tell you everything you know. She's going to make you think about it yourself. And so it's more integrated into what you're doing. She's just very knowledgeable, very helpful, very kind, very punctual. She's very um, she how to put it best. She cares to the point where she's like involved. I guess it would be a good way of putting it. So yeah, just do it. She's she's good.
Thank you so much. Honestly, this is so, I don't know what to say, because it just makes me so happy because I love doing what I do, and hearing that, not just from, my little brain here telling me like, yeah, you're doing okay, but I'm actually having that external validation, no, jokes aside, but yeah, really important for me to hear that from you, that you enjoying this whole process because it is also just build, personalized for you. I want you to enjoy that experience, and not just join something that is so unsustainable and so unlikable and undoable that you just can't wait until we finish that program, right? Like I really hope I make this, yeah, just as enjoyable process as possible for you. So yeah,
Very
let's see.
enjoyable.
Cool.
Very tailored to me. That's a big thing too. It's very specific to my issue. It's not just like a random workout that's just been made to for anybody that you can just plug and play. It's like this was like obviously curated and specifically created for my personal issue
Mm.
that's going to help me with my exact thing that's wrong.
Thank you so much, Alex. Honestly, yeah, thank you so much. Just that's all I can say, and really happy to have you on the team because seeing you grow as well and learning along the journey is all I need and all I ever wanted.